Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Today we're going to talk a little bit about DLC 1, also known as the Hero of Justice pack. It's been out for about a week now, ever since its official release date, which was the 23rd of January. I know some players purchased the season pass to get the 3-day early access, myself included. Whether you did that or purchased the individual DLC that we have here, we all had about a week to consume the actual DLC content, and if I'm being honest, not much to consume in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong, the character category, I think that was pretty good, right? We got 11 different characters. I know not everybody necessarily counts the transformations as the characters, but this is something that they've been doing since the PlayStation 2 Budokai Tenkaichi 1 days, right? We got unique transformations, epic supers and ultimate attacks for each characters. Well, some of them were very identical. Cool character intros, unique character interactions, special dialogue, and even some special supers or ultimates based off the movie if you pair up certain characters with each other, right? For example, Yamato versus Cell Max with his ultimate attack. However, we're not here to talk about all of that. We're here to talk about the rest of the content. Where did all that disappear to, man? No new story missions, no new stages, that's a big one, and we barely got anything in regards to the customization feature. We only got one outfit for Piccolo. It's pretty lackluster. So with all that being said, I want you guys to sound off down below in the comments. What do you personally think about DLC 1, especially with the price that we have here? So we are on the official PlayStation Store. This is how much the DLC 1 cost if you did not purchase the season pass, and this is already half the price of the season pass, which is going for $35. That is pretty crazy, man. Again, I do think the characters are top tier. However, I don't think 18 bucks justifies the DLC 1 content. I do think this is a bit overpriced in my personal opinion. So real quick, if you don't have any of the DLCs and you know for sure that you're going to be purchasing every single DLC pack in the future, then I highly recommend just purchasing the season pass for 35 bucks right off the bat. Because usually whenever there's a bundle like this that includes every single DLC, you'll save a couple extra bucks comparing to spending even more dollars buying each individual DLC separately, right? We don't necessarily know how much DLCs 2 and 3 are going to cost, but I guess if you tally up all 3 DLCs, just above the $35 mark. So what, $18 for DLC 1? This is nothing but pure speculation. Maybe DLCs 2 and 3 might cost you around $9. So if you tally up all 3 DLCs, that would be what, 36 bucks instead of the season pass, which is 35. And again, that was speculation. Maybe they might list DLCs 2 and 3 around $10, and if you tally all 3 DLCs, including DLC 1, that's around $38, right? So we don't know just yet, but usually whenever they do season pass bundles, you save a couple extra bucks. That's just something I want to reiterate. Now, if you don't have Sparking Zero and you know for sure that you want the game and the DLCs, then I highly recommend purchasing the deluxe edition. This one will cost you $100, and it comes with the season pass and the 3-day early access. So for example, let's just say if you buy the original Sparking Zero, which goes for $70, and then you decide to spend an additional $35 to get the season pass, that will cost you a total of $105. However, if you know what you want, the game and the DLCs, then the deluxe edition is right here. You'll save $5. You know, they do give us some options to save a bit of extra money, which is always appreciated, right? Anyway, going back to the original video topic, you know, this is just for fun. Adding some things that I would have liked to see in the DLC, or content that they easily could have added to justify that $18 price tag, right? We're going to go ahead and separate things into different categories, starting things off with the character category that we have here. So I, again, personally think the 11 characters that we got, great, that's fine as is, but still very overpriced for the price tag that we have. So I've seen some people say that they could have added these 4 additional characters: Pan, Goten, Trunks, and Gotenks. Now, getting the original Gotenks adult version would have been top tier for sure. But, you know, some of these characters had their, you know, runtime in the movie. So, for example, Pan versus Piccolo, they were training, so they could have taken some attacks from there. Goten and Trunks, they helped go up against Cell Max, then they eventually fused, yeah, they had some material to work with, and I believe Pan is also playable in Dragon Ball Legends, not entirely sure. Me personally, I would have liked to see additional stages, missions, story missions, not custom battle missions, and customization features. They could have added the Red Ribbon stage. Why did they not do that in the first place? Pretty bizarre when you think about it. This was like the main focus setting. Well, one of the settings for the actual movie. This is where all the main fights went down. Gohan versus Gamma 1, Piccolo versus Gamma 2, Cell Max. Now, we do have 3 different rows over here. The top row, all one stage being the Red Ribbon base, right? They could have done different variants because you know how we have the daytime, evening, and nighttime for some of the stages. Yeah, so they could have done the daytime Red Ribbon stage, the nighttime, or maybe the rain variation, because for the West City that's currently in Sparking Zero, we have a cloudy one. So I think a rain version would have been cool. And even a destroyed version of the Red Ribbon stage, right? That's one stage with 3 different versions. Easy. Now for the second stage, that would have been cool to see, would have been the Piccolo house area, whatever you want to call this, kind of like that archipelago island type of style, or plains type of style. I don't know. But, we have this giant pond in the center with, mountain area around it with waterfalls. It's pretty dang cool. This would have been a very scenic stage because the island stage that's already in Sparking Zero, that's pretty stunning, right? With the water, just the graphics in general. So that would have been the second stage. And for the third stage, this one might be a stretch, but Beerus's planet. Just because we did get the, Broly, Goku, Vegeta training segment within the movie. So, introducing the Beerus stage with this DLC would have been top tier. And going back to the second one, the Piccolo house area, yeah, Gamma 2 did fight Piccolo here. Now, going over to the story missions, they decided to include 3 custom battles, which is kind of strange because anybody can create these missions right here. All you need are the characters, and then you can recreate these custom battles that are behind a paid wall, right? So I just kind of find it weird that these custom battles are part of the DLC. I feel like, these 3 could have easily been for the free update or patch update, whatever it was called. But the storyline, man, we literally have Gohan and Piccolo playable within these story missions. Do keep in mind that there's only 8 different playable characters: Jiren, Frieza, Goku Black, Vegeta, Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan being one of them. This DLC is a perfect setup for the Gohan and Piccolo storyline, man. They could have threw in the superhero missions. So Piccolo, for example, Gamma 2 versus Piccolo, in that one stage that I would like to see, this one right here, the green one. And, for the second or third missions, Gamma 2 versus Piccolo again, but with Piccolo's ascended forms being Power Awakened and Orange. And then for the final fight, Cell Max versus Piccolo. Now for Gohan, pretty much the same thing, just Gohan versus Gamma 1, the Red Ribbon base, and then Gohan Beast Mode versus Cell Max. That would have been top tier. But you know what else they could have done besides implementing the basic superhero missions? The what if scenarios. We have this epic Gohan Black mission as a sparking episode for one of the storylines, right? Imagine if they created an additional sparking episode for superhero. They created this character right here, so they could have easily created another character being Perfect Cell Max. You know what I'm saying? That would have been peak. Imagine a what if scenario or sparking episode where instead of Cell Max Berserk Edition, it's Perfect Cell Max, right? Or not even that. It doesn't have to get too chaotic. They could do something simple like what they did over in Xenoverse 2, where instead of creating Perfect Cell Max, we get a separate sparking episode where Piccolo doesn't get KO'd and they both use the special beast cannon. That would have been a very epic sparking episode scenario, if you ask me. And last but not least, we have the customization option. Hey man, At least they gave us the red ribbon outfit for Piccolo, but this was the only thing that we got. Pretty bare bones. I don't even think anyone uses this outfit for Piccolo. They just use the basic one. But here are the outfits that we could have seen in the DLC. 5 new ones. So Android 18 with the tracksuit and Krillin with the Piccolo suit. Pretty obvious, right? And maybe they could have even added brand new super attacks for these outfits, because you know how some of the outfits in game can change the character's skill set. For example, Android 18. She has a secondary outfit that changes one of the attacks to Chain Destructo Disc or something along those lines. Can't necessarily remember. We do get a separate super attack, right? So for Superhero, we could have gotten these outfits and an additional attack. Now, Piccolo, I don't know why they decided to... Well, I do get why, because, you know, Piccolo, majority of the time of the movie, he didn't necessarily have the turban or the cape. But the very first fight against Gamma 2, he had the turban and the cape. We don't have that outfit here in the DLC 1. So that could have been the third outfit. And the training sand suit for Vegeta. The Dragon Ball Super variation. Wouldn't that be top tier? So we do have this training outfit for Z Vegeta. Obviously, Super Saiyan 1, 2, base mode, and even Majin Vegeta, right? But not for Dragon Ball Super Edition. And imagine witnessing the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, or even Blue Evolved with this training suit that we have here. That would have been top tier. Probably the coolest outfit of them all, just because of the transformations. Oh, actually, no. We have Broly. You guys know with the, I guess you can say his training outfit as well. Basically without the armor piece. It's just that one monochrome t-shirt. Yeah, that would have been a great outfit as well. You know, we get to transform. Well, yeah, actually we don't have base Broly. It's just Wrathful, Super Saiyan, and full power. But either way, that would have been a great outfit, right? With those ascended forms. So these are the 5 outfits, and just the, you know, additional contents I would have liked to see, or stuff that they could have implemented to, you know, justify that $18 price tag. So just to reiterate, these 5 outfits here, maybe they could have thrown in some super attacks, whatever. Story missions for Piccolo and Gohan, that's 2. Additional stages, we got 3 right here, and maybe additional playable characters. But I think the 11 ones that we got is good enough for me, at least. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys are happy with the DLC pack. At the end of the day, I am. I think it is a great DLC. However, I just think DLC 1 is a bit overpriced. Not enough content for that $18. In my personal opinion. Again, this is all just my opinion. Thank you guys for the immense support. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!